Do you work at a desk? Well, great. Then you stumbled on the right video. And if we're just meeting, welcome to Roman to Yoga. I'm Casey. Make your way onto your back. Extend your legs long, lift your arms up overhead, and take a full body stretch. Place a bend in your knees, step your feet to the wide edge of the mat, put your arms in the T position. Lower your knees to the right, take your gaze to the left. Lower your knees to the left and take your gaze to the right. I invite you to set an intention for today's yoga sequence. It can be a word or phrase, whatever first comes to your mind. Don't overthink it. Make your way to hands and knees. Press all four corners of the big toes together, separate your knees to the wide edge of the mat, sit back onto your heels, draw your low belly in and up, and extend your arms forward. Rest your forehead on the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your hands towards the right edge of the mat. Lower your left shoulder blade down closer to the floor. Walk your hands towards the left edge of the mat and spin your right shoulder blade closer to the floor. And the easiest way for you, come to a comfortable seated position. Extend your legs long, flex your ankles towards the ceiling. Place a bend in your knees. Step your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Lower your knees to the right, take your gaze to the left. Lower your knees to the left and take your gaze to the right. You've been here before. This is a seated windshield wipe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend your legs long. Separate your feet. Sit up tall. And if your hips are feeling tight, grab a yoga block or a pillow and place it under your bum. Notice the difference. Draw your low belly in and up, roll your shoulders down and back. Walk your hands forward. Set this into motion at your own breath's pace. One breath with one movement. Keep your core tight, tucked, and engaged. Notice that your ankles are flexed, your toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Soften the muscles in your face. Bring your attention to the present moment. Next time you fold forward, pause. Hip hinge forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take any rounding out of your spine. If you need to pause this video and grab some yoga blocks or a pillow and bring the floor closer to you, that's okay. Your body is exactly where it needs to be. The important thing is you showed up for practice. You made time for you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to a long spine. Separate your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Lower your knees to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Lower your knees to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Bring a little bit of space into your hips. Draw all four corners of the feet together. Lower your knees down towards the mat. Hip hinge forward. Walk the hands. You can come up onto your fingertips too, as that brings the floor just a little bit closer to you. Whatever feels good in your body. Come forward and return to a long spine. Go slow. Next time you lower down, press your left elbow into your left hip. Notice how the left knee gets just a little bit closer towards the mat. If If you're experiencing any pain, release. Now this time, press the right elbow into the right thigh. Keep the left arm long. Draw your low belly in and up. Notice how the right knee comes just a little bit closer to the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release the posture. Roll out your shoulders. Hip hinge forward. Place your hands on your feet. Breathe in and breathe out. Find your edge today. Think about the posture at hand. Don't think about what is to come, as you will miss out on the yoga posture. Release the pose. Step your feet to the wide edge of the mat and take the seated windshield wipe. These forward folds can bring up a lot of sensation in your body, and it's important to bring compensation after sensation. Extend your legs forward. Remove the block, or keep it, whatever feels best in your body, and press all four corners of your left foot into your right thigh. Flex your right ankle. Walk the hands forward and come to a tall spine. Keep your low belly tight, tucked, and engaged. And notice as you walk your hands forward that you keep your shoulder blades together. Avoid any rounding in your spine. Think of hinging at your hips forward first. Next time your hands walk forward, find stillness. Always, if you want to bring the floor closer to you, grab your blocks, pillows, books, anything at this time. Pause the video if you need to come back. I'll be here waiting for you. Flex your ankle. Notice that your left foot is firmly pressed into your right thigh. Breathe in, breathe out. Hip hinge just a little bit closer to the floor. Find your edge. Release the pose. Extend the left leg long. Rock out your feet from side to side. Take a moment. Extend your left leg long. Hug your hands around your right shin, and if you want a little bit more, clasp your right hand around your foot and lift and lower the right foot towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Find stillness and take the hand choice that feels best on your foot. You can grab on the outside of the foot, on the inside, around. If it's a little bit too much, feel free to just clasp onto your right thigh with both hands. Whatever feels good in your body. There's no right or wrong. Close your eyes. Release the posture. Take a seated windshield wipe. Come to a cross-legged position. Your right ankle will rest just above your left knee. If there's a lot of space in your right knee today, that's okay. If it's uncomfortable, place a pillow underneath of it. Your body holds a lot of tension in the hips, especially if you work at a desk. Walk your hands forward. Come to a tall spine. Hip hinge forward. Return to a long spine. Next time you walk the hands forward, pause. Breathe in, breathe out. Hinge at the hips. Draw your low belly in and up. Focus your attention on the right here and the right now. Return to a neutral spine. Release the legs and gently rock from the feet. Flex your ankles. Draw your right foot into your left thigh. Walk your hands forward. Keep your ankle flexed. Return to a neutral spine. Walk the hands forward. Lengthen out the spine. Go at your own breath's pace. Next time you walk the hands forward, find stillness. If you want to bring the floor closer to you, grab your blocks, place your hands on your blocks or whatever prop you're using today. If it doesn't feel good to find stillness in your body, bend and straighten your elbows a couple of times. Bring just a little bit of movement. Breathe in, breathe out. If your body is calling you out of this pose, take just a moment to shake out the shoulders. But if not, continue to fold forward. Release the posture. Make your way onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and gently massage out your low spine. You've been doing a lot of forward folds in today's yoga sequence, so does it feel nice to take a moment and lay back down onto the floor? Sit back up because we're not done stretching. Place a bend in your left knee, extend your right leg long. Clasp your hand around your left foot or toes, whatever feels best, and lift and lower your foot towards the ceiling. If it's too much to clasp your hand onto the foot, take your hand around your left thigh. Next time you extend the leg long, pause. Breathe in, breathe out. If your leg doesn't go perfectly straight today or rest parallel with your ear, that's okay. Even if your leg is just a couple of inches off the ground, you're exactly where you need to be. Release the pose, shake out the ankles, come to a cross-legged position. Your left ankle to rest just above your right knee. Place your props as needed. Hip hinge forward and lift and lower towards the mat. You can rest your hands down the whole time, or you can walk them back up. Whatever position feels best for you. Next time you lower towards the mat, pause. Notice that you're hinging at the hips. Draw your low belly in and up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Release the posture, roll out your shoulders a couple of times. Take a moment. Extend your legs long, step them to the wide edge of the mat, and take a seated windshield wipe. Separate your feet wide apart. Sit onto your block. Flex your ankles. Walk your hands towards your right foot. Notice that your right foot is flexed. Neutral spine. Walk the hands forward. Come to a neutral spine. One breath with one movement. Next time you hip hinge forward, find stillness. I invite you to come back to the words of your intention. Whatever you have will be waiting for you after your yoga practice. So bring your attention to the right here and the right now. Release your pose. Roll out your shoulders a couple of times. Turn to the left foot and walk the hands to the left foot. Come to a neutral spine. Walk the hands to the left. Do you notice any difference in one side compared to the other? Which side is tighter for you? Next time you come forward, find stillness. If you need a little bit of movement, bend and straighten your elbows. Find stillness. Find your edge. Last seconds. Breathe deeply and release this posture. Roll out your shoulders. Step the feet together. Come to a neutral spine position and just roll out your body. Make your way onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, and gently rock from side to side. Close your eyes. Sit back up, come onto the block if needed. Extend your legs long, flex your ankles, walk your hands towards your feet, and come to a neutral spine. Props are always optional. You don't need a bunch of fancy stuff to have a great yoga practice. All you need is you. Next time you hip hinge forward, pause. If you want a little bit more, clasp your hands onto your feet. You can also clasp your hands, or you can clasp your fingers onto your big toes. Hip hinge just a little bit closer towards the mat. Visualize your heart coming down towards your shins. Release the pose. Roll out your shoulders. Remove the block. Extend the right leg long. Place a bend in your left knee. Come onto your elbows, and then if it feels good for you, make your way all the way onto your back. Keep your right ankle flexed. Draw your low belly in and up. Draw your chin down and back. Note if you can't come to the floor today, that's okay. You can remain on your elbows, or you can remain in the seated position. Breathe in, breathe out. Extend the legs long. Place a bend in your right knee. Flex your left leg. Come onto your elbows, and if that feels good for you, make your way all the way onto the floor. Close your eyes. Focus your attention on the right here and the right now. Release this posture. Make your way onto your back. Hug your knees in. Massage out the spine from left to right. Close your eyes. You did a lot of forward folding today. And the easiest way for you, come to a comfortable seated position. Draw your hands to heart center and always commend yourself for making time for you. Thanks for practicing with me today. Have a good one.